They've heard you, and they talk about you. They take positions on legislation because of you. Take a neighbor under your wing. If we all do that, if each of you do that, we can double the size of the Liberty Forces that have already been growing steadily because of you. Get them to sign up on the Campaign for Liberty website. And it's just a few short months until the precinct caucuses roll around again. You know what to do. And now we're going to hear from Steve Rogers, who is the Deputy Chair of the Minneapolis Republican City Committee.
Hey everyone, thanks for coming. As she said, I'm Steve Rogers. Last time I was here, we'd had an event just after Hillary Clinton, and we outdrew her by thousands. Today is a historic day. Today is the first day of hearings on H.R. 1207, something we've been working for a long time. We are so proud to have Ron Paul here on this day with another huge supporter, Michele Bachmann. I'm here to talk briefly about Minneapolis city politics. Most people don't think of this as an election year. In Minneapolis, we currently have 13 endorsed candidates running for city office. No Republican has held office in this city for over 12 years. Among our candidates, we've got a Ron Paul national delegate, a Campaign for Liberty congressional district coordinator, and a number of C4L members and supporters. The principles of limited and responsible government are alive and well in Minneapolis. We have a city where they've had a vice-like grip by the liberals on their power for over 50 years. It is not representative government. We have a city where 3 city council members have gone to federal prison on corruption charges since 2001. It is time to clean up this city. Municipal politics is often lost in the sparkle of national politics. It's not very shiny, but the roads in disrepair, the crime, the taxes, the heavy-handed government regulation, that misspent taxes, that destroyed jobs and businesses, that is what hurts us more than our state and federal taxes combined. We need to get out, we need to support these candidates. We have a table out front. I'd encourage you to get to know our candidates in our committee. If you like them, I'd encourage you to support them. We have no PAC money, no special interests, no rich friends. So volunteer, donate, and spread the word. These are truly grassroots campaigns. We also have instant runoff voting this year. I'm not going to bore you with the details, but feel free to look it up. I think you're going to find it is not a fair or good election system. We'll help you. We'll train you for the roles if you want to volunteer. We need ballot counters, watchers. We need poll and election judges. We need a lot of volunteers in this city for this election. We can be found on the internet at www.minneapolisrepublicans.org. And I thank you for your time. Our next guest I'd like to introduce is Tony Sutton. He is the new chair of the Republican Party of Minnesota. And I'd like to thank him for coming to this great event and for supporting our committee and our candidates. Liberty's newest convert, my friend Tony Sutton.
Well, good evening. What a fantastic night for freedom. What a fantastic night for liberty. On behalf of the Republican Party of Minnesota, I want to welcome Congressman Ron Paul to Minnesota. You know, Congressman Ron Paul has spent his entire career fighting for the values of the Constitution, fighting for the principles of the Declaration of Independence. He has spent his career fighting for limited government, fighting for liberty. And you know what? Over the last 8 years, he was a voice in the wilderness. But I tell you today, and in the weeks and months ahead, his message has been delivered to the Republican Party. We've got it loud and clear, and the people of this country know that if we're going to save America, we've got to return to the values of the founders. Now, we're blessed in Minnesota because we also have a defender of liberty, a believer in the Constitution, a fighter for our values in the Congress, and that's Congresswoman Michele Bachmann. As you all know, Michele is an unabashed, unashamed defender of our values, a defender of freedom. And you know, Michele Bachmann wins in good times and in bad because she has the courage of her convictions. She doesn't put her finger in the wind and follow the political breeze. What she does is she does the right thing. And that is founded in our founding documents. And this country will be returning to those values in this next election cycle if we are successful in promoting conservative candidates up and down the ticket. We need more leaders like Michele Bachmann in Congress and in the legislature. So it is my profound honor to introduce to you today Minnesota's 6th District Congressman Michele Bachmann.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for coming. Isn't liberty a beautiful thing? Thank you so much. We're so happy you're here. Thank you. Tony, thank you for that great introduction. Wasn't that a fabulous video we got to see? Thank you to Young Americans for Liberty for sponsoring this fabulous event tonight. Thank you for coming. This is an outstanding showing that we're seeing, and I also would like to thank the University of Minnesota. What a university. Thank you. This is such a great institution. They would invite Michael Moore, and now they would invite Ron Paul and Michele Bachmann. Now that's an exemplar of diversity. I thank the University of Minnesota. Like you, I highly value our featured speaker tonight, Congressman Ron Paul. And I have known Ron for the 3 years that I have been in Congress. I've been just honored to know him, to get to know him better, to have conversations with him. He's invited me to be a part of his Thursday Liberty Luncheon. Every week we get together, we talk about monetary policy, and the foundation of all of our conversations is liberty, and how we can give more liberty back into the hands of the people. He truly is who he says he is. He's an awesome man, and you're going to enjoy hearing what he has to say this evening. I know that you're not only going to be inspired by Ron Paul's remarks, but he is also, for the very first time, having this meeting going out on live stream over the internet tonight, and he's holding his very first town hall on monetary policy. So we're happy he chose our state to do that. As you heard earlier this evening, today Ron Paul achieved a 26-year dream. It was in Financial Services Committee, the committee that I'm privileged to sit on. Congress held a hearing today on his bill to audit the Federal Reserve. It has 300 signatures. I am honored to be a co-author with Ron on this bill, and as I said, there are 300 signatures out of 435 members of Congress. I would say that's a majority. I was there today in committee with Ron, and I was able to ask questions of the witnesses before the committee. Now, why is it so important for us to know about the Federal Reserve? As our second witness, Thomas Woods, said, and if you haven't read his book, Meltdown, you need to read his book. He said that the Fed, as a private organization,